Another thing I learned from the Chicago Cubs Baseball Hall of Famer Billy Williams. I met him at the Hall of Fame at one point years ago, and he said, "Good, better, best. Never let it rest until the good is better and the better is best." So you can always improve, and for anyone that wants any type of advice, don't be a know-it-all. Absorb, listen to mentors, listen to people that, because I just sat back, I listened to all these mentors of mine, and they taught me, they fell on their face. I fell on my face plenty of times. The song, you get knocked down, you get up again. Like I failed, but it's failing's good because it just makes you stronger to, get the success that you deserve, but you got to work hard. It's not, people ask me, they're like, how do you do it? You're like, how do you do it? Like, how do you buy and sell cards? How do you buy and sell memorabilia? Overnight success takes 25 years. So they think there's a handbook, but you got to be able to fall on your face to, and fail at times because failure is great. Failure is great. It just makes you stronger and it makes you more wise and it makes you more intelligent to make the right decisions.
And what do you say to the younger generation that are looking at entrepreneurship and they're not quite fully ready to go for it or commit to it, but they see other people as entrepreneurs. They're
Yeah.
excited about it. But you have these kids that are 12 years old, 13 years old. They think it would be cool to go out and make some of their own money. And what do you say to those kids about, hey, like, here's a starting point for you and go?
The first thing I say, do not buy a Pelican case. Because when you walk around in a Pelican case, it looks like you have tons of money and you're a target. Because all these kids that I see at these trade nights that walk out with 50 grand in cash or more and these Pelican cases, don't be a show off. You'll pay for it because people are unfortunately watching in our industry because its strength and it's gone through the roof, monetarily. Also tread lightly, and now they have all these apps with all these comps, and just be yourself. Like don't put up any type of front. Just be yourself and you'll learn, and pick the brains of these guys that are at these card shows, that have all these YouTube channels and IG and do all these reels. Walk up and talk to him. I don't know the name of this one guy, but I've seen many reels of him. Seems like the nicest guy in the world. He's the one that gives kids stuff. He sells hats for of his company for charity. He seems like the most fair guy. I wish I would. He's well known in like the newer modern cards, and he sets up at all the big shows. He was at the National, but he's fair on like all of his buy prices. He's very trans to me on these reels. He's very transparent. So to me, it's like go up and talk to a guy like that knows modern stuff and pick his brain. It's he just like it seems like he's just great with kids and also fair to adults who are trying to figure out value and what they want to sell their card for and all that. There are lots of videos to watch, but there are also these apps that are, you know, that are going to explain to you like the realized prices. And there are some times where you shouldn't trust the realized prices because they might not be real. They might not be realized. I mean, you got to be careful, where you get your information. But for the most part, you'll be able to see what stuff goes for. Um, you'll be able to look on eBay at realized prices and completed listings, and then you have to make that decision yourself. But